Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Burning Truth. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Burning Truth. We're live.
We're
It's
live.
after hours.
It's after hours, right? We know we're a little bit late.
Blame the bad boy.
Blame the bad boy. It's always blame the bad boy. Not the bad boy's fault.
So,
Somebody was talking and having an interesting conversation, and it wasn't me.
an interesting disclaimer. This is an adult-oriented show. If you don't like it, switch off. If you do like it, listen.
Listen, but please be advised that
It contains adult content which may not be suitable for children or other viewers. Adult discretion is advised and recommended.
and also, well, basically what my colleague is saying is audio discretion is advised.
Because this shit might get real.
And there goes the disclaimer straight out the park, as usual.
So, TNA slowly
Wait.
sinking.
It's coming. What are you doing? Which one is
To
it
me,
going?
to you,
To me? To you?
to you.
It's almost like the Chuckle Brothers.
So TNA is being fought over. I never thought I'd say that.
Did anybody really think that?
Raw was meh. SmackDown was meh.
Interesting. We've had ups, we've had downs, we've had hit and misses.
British Wrestling has got JR.
But we will be discussing that later, because we do actually have some very interesting news to do for British wrestling.
But JR
I know.
and Grado. Grado has been the caller commentator for the World of Sport event.
Interesting. Right, seeing as my colleagues decided to jump straight ahead, even though I just said
This is the headline news.
we were going to be covering it later.
No, it's headline.
But screw it. Screw it, damn
If
it.
No Mercy can start with the main event, so can we.
You think this is the main event?
This is the premier piece of news this week. This is the only bit of news that matters this week.
To you.
To British wrestling.
To you.
To British wrestling.
Well, it should do.
This is ITV. National mainstream
television. Mainstream, baby.
No, most people go, TNA's on mainstream television. Everyone's got access to Challenge. Does everybody know Challenge is on Freeview?
No, no, go.
Does everyone want to watch Challenge?
It's a challenge to watch Challenge.
It's a challenge to watch fucking TNA.
Maybe that's why it's on Challenge. But anyway, the point being is, what's going to have more coverage? Challenge TV, where you have to either have Sky,
Or Freeview.
Virgin, or Internet, or Freeview.
Now, most people in Britain will go, well, everyone's got access to Freeview. Does everybody use it?
No.
I beg to say, more people watch ITV than more people watch Challenge.
Yeah.
So ITV is like the premiere
It's a big noticeable.
of free terrestrial television.
If you have a TV and you pay your television license, you have access to it.
Well, you also have access to Challenge because of Preview, but...
Yes, you do, but the point being is regardless of it, it's on TV to start from channel 1 as soon as you start it up.
Yeah.
All you got to do is move up two channels and you're there.
And it's going to hopefully be advertised
to how. It's got to be. If not, we will be assessing in that ourselves.
World of Sport.
World of Sport is coming back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to World of Sport.
You've got JR and Grado on commentary. I wonder how that's going to work to begin with.
Is it going to work?
From the top
end of Stevenson.
Interesting point. If you're Grado, are you disappointed you're not wrestling on that event?
You could say that.
Because one of the biggest British stars, and he's not wrestling, he's commentating.
I can understand that. I can understand where you're coming from. But on the other flip side, he could be sitting there thinking, I'm doing my part to get British wrestling on TV.
He probably is
And
thinking that,
he is a character. He is a character.
He's helping to transcend the gap between Britain and America.
Yes, and here's the thing. He can do it. And I know what you're thinking, because he isn't a wrestler, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's a one-off at the moment.
I know it's just a one-off special.
It's a one-off special. But if they do it, and it pulls off, couldn't he transition from the announce table into the ring? Are you saying it's impossible?
No, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying, should he be annoyed? The inaugural event, and if you think of British talent who has helped transcend the gap between Britain and the US...
I can understand what that...
Because I guarantee you Drew Galloway will be on the card.
Ligero?
Probably.
No, it's already been record. He's already been asked.
Has he?
Yes.
Right. So, if we're thinking about... Because is it just going to be British wrestlers, or is it going to have some imports?
From what we've gathered so far, from what I've been informed, it's been mostly just British wrestlers have been...
Okay. So if it's just British wrestlers, so you'll have Ligero.
CJ Banks.
CJ Banks.
Straight away, who's a phenomenal wrestler.
Connors. Does Connors make it?
What do you think?
He should do.
You think he should?
Another person that's helped transcend the gap.
There's plenty of wrestlers. Rampage Brown.
Brilliant. Does Big Damo do his last gig on there?
Possibly, but then again, Damo hasn't exactly finished over here yet.
No.
Because supposedly he's been hired back, if I'm not mistaken, at WCPW.
Right, okay. So, is Drew Galloway on the card for the World of Sport?
Well, he's not been confirmed or anything, but we have got a few names that we can actually most likely mention. We've got the East End Butcher, Shaw Samuels.
Yes.
We've got Dave Mastiff. And
the bastard.
I'm trying to keep it clean here for ITV. Oh wait, we don't. We're after dark. Damn it. Yeah, basically Dave the Bastard Mastiff. And we've also got Viper Kimberly Benson. By ICW.
Is this just going to be a lot of ICW talents?
Dave Mastiff isn't. Charles Samuel is, but he didn't initially start off there. You could have a lot of wrestlers there that you can, but...
Joe Kofi.
Ooh.
And will JR call it his black coffee again?
Oh.
This is an interesting point.
It's an interesting point.
One that we'll come to later that you didn't cover last week.
We were pre-organised. We were very, very busy.
But no, so this is brilliant news for British wrestling.
I think we did mention it, didn't we?
No.
Did we not?
No.
Oh dear.
So it's brilliant news for British wrestling and all the sport. It's doing a one-off special for wrestling.
It is. And it's interesting because it's not been around for a long, long time, has it?
No.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, World of Sport was initially keeping Britain hooked between 1965 and 1985.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of years there. And then it sort of had its time away.
In all fairness, wrestling in this country is still like a casual conversation. So I was sitting on the bus on the way back from work the other day, and there was two guys about 3 seats behind me, and they were on about Roman Reigns and John Cena and how stars don't transition over. And that's not usually a conversation you'd hear in public.
No.
But there's more people talking about it. So is now the time to bring back.
I think it is. Now's the right time because people they're watching, they're listening. And not only that, we're also getting plenty of great events. WCPW is doing its massive events, which you've actually seen yourself. And as much as you may not be a fan of it,
They always put on great wrestling. I don't agree with how they put the rest of the contact together,
correct, that's fair enough,
but the matches are always good.
Albeit say, yeah. And here's the thing, there's not just WCPW, you've got companies like NGW, you've got your ICW, you've got LCW.
In all fairness, if you're booking this World of Sport event, one talented like Sionist is Bubblegum. Like, if I was booking it, the work he's done for PCW and NGW.
Unfortunately, my colleagues just brought about some bad news. He has applied for it. Due to certain reasons that can't be discussed, he's actually not. They've bypassed him.
Well, that's a shame.
However, the lad has actually gone out on record and stating he understands why it's happened. He holds no grudges, and in fact wishes the best for all of his fellow wrestlers and everything on it. You know, he wants them to knock it out the park, if I'm not mistaken.
Because, in all fairness, he's helped PCW improving with them, he's helping him to grow, and he's done some brilliant work at NGW.
And he's also done some wrestling for Noah.
Yeah.
For Noah Wrestling, which is a Japanese company while they were over here. The man is, but he's also been synonymous for knowing Chris Travis during them years. And he's a phenomenal wrestler. I can put my hand up and say, I actually know the lad, Bubblegum. Phenomenal wrestler, knows what he's doing, and knows how to get a crowd going, be it in favour of him or against him.
But no, I'm looking forward to that. Anything to get more British wrestling exposure.
Exactly.
Hopefully, the event makes it across to the States if it's a good event.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed, our States, fingers crossed. You know, they actually put, you know, they put their stamp.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. It's going to be great to see. And as much as I know you were saying that if Grado should be upset, you know, possibly, regardless of it, you could say that about a lot of other people. But the difference is if they were upset, they wouldn't take the offer. They wouldn't take the offer.
No.
Because straight away, one person that comes to mind in a situation like that would be Drake Younger for WWE. He was trying to be a wrestler in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
And they flat out said, no, you got too many injuries. Two,
is this referee?
Yes. Two, we know your reputation, it doesn't go with our style. However, how do you fancy being a referee, and we'll offer you this, this, and this, and you've got you're covered.
Yeah, well, it's a referee's job has more. I hate saying it this way, more legs in it in WWE.
Last longer.
Yeah.
They have a much longer longevity. Ring life, yes.
So
now here's the thing that you're saying is a bad thing, but not necessarily. I know what you're thinking. You don't like saying it because the wrestlers should be lasting longer. No, they shouldn't, because here's the thing. A referee.
Oh no, like if someone's got the heart set on wrestling and they go, well, you can be a referee, like some people look at that saying it's got a longer ring life, it's condescending. It's not condescending. It's honest. Like you can be a referee.
Enjoy the business
until you're like 50, 55. Where people go, well, you can wrestle to that age, but you can't wrestle competently.
And here's the thing, with wrestling, it does take its toll over time. It always takes its toll.
Look at Terry Funk. How that man is still walking.
It's a miracle. Mick Foley. He's got eggs. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Mick Foley can't look at a camera properly.
Oh, Corey Graves. There's a name. Corey Graves, another one.
Making a brilliant life as a commentator.
Making a career out of commentating because, now here's the thing. Now, in his situation, he didn't have a choice. It was more or less of, you need to stop wrestling,
But here's what we can do for you.
or no, pretty much either you stop wrestling or you're going to be seriously hurt and possibly unable to walk.
Yeah. But
WWE have turned around and gone, here's what we can do for you. And he has done so well with what they've handed him. The man knows how to speak on the mic. He knows how to present wrestling.
Yeah.
And it's fresh air. Yeah, would you agree with that?
Yeah.
It's nice fresh air. Now, straight away, the question is when does the show get aired? When the film will take place? A lot of questions straight off, right? Now, with World of Sport, it's a one-off show. The venue's going to have to be big and special.
Wembley.
It's not. From what? Well, we're not sure on the building, but we know roughly a area and city.
Go on.
And time. The event will be filmed in Media City, Manchester, on November 1st.
The Media City, what's that by? Is that by the MEN?
That might be, yeah. But if people are actually interested in going, you can actually go.
Yeah.
Yeah, because straight off, you got like wrestling fans. They're actually offering wrestling fans aged 10 and over can possibly apply to be in the studio audience.
I don't like that. Apply.
Yeah.
What do you mean, apply? You know, what's what wrestling fans do you want? Do you want the hardcore, die-hard British fans?
True, but there's a difference though. Tickets are actually free.
I know, but does that encourage, like...
I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying.
Do you want your ICW crowd or do you want your WWE crowd?
Agreed. I actually agree with you. But here's the thing. That's their rules. That's the way they want to do it. And that's the way it's going to be done because that's how ITV wants to do it. And they have the ability to do it and they're right. Now, here's the thing. If it hits off, great. If it doesn't, then I guarantee you ITV will have some flack for it saying, you didn't let us get our tickets or whatever, you didn't let us have the national selection, blah, blah, blah. You know, you're filtering us to whatever crowd we want. I know what you're saying. But at the moment, I think it's only because it's a one-off.
If it's a one-off, you want that special crowd there.
Yeah. They need the special crowd. But anyway, if anybody, tickets are free and will be sent out via email. But however, they have actually got but however, we do actually have contact details on how to possibly get reserved tickets. You can also ring for first come first served tickets on 01619 520 419 and get more information on their Twitter account, which is at WOS Wrestling ITV.
I just think for the one-off event, you need that special sort of crowd to
You need that special crowd. But here's the thing. The people who are interested in I think, will be that special crowd. But we'll just have to see how it goes.
I think there'll be a mix of mums and dads and kids. I don't think you'll see your now typical British crowd.
I get what you mean. But here's the thing. Are they looking for the British, as in the British independence, where you have the die-hard fans, or are they after the family-friendly entertainment side? It all varies. It depends on what ITV wants. That's their choice. But here's the thing. Regardless of it, we don't know all the characters that are actually going to be wrestling there. We don't know them all. We don't know what current event is going to be involved and everything. But regardless of it,
the hooligans there.
They'd wreck the place. But it'd be entertaining.
Fight would be brilliant.
It'd be entertaining regardless.
Could you imagine picking up Simon Carroll and using him as a 2 before?
Oh, it's a possibility with them. You never know. But it's great, and it is the fact of how they might be able to do business and everything. So we'll have to see where that goes currently, when it actually airs.
Yeah.
Do you agree? That's fine. So shall we move on?
Yeah.
Where would you like to move on to?
Now for your dessert.
Dessert? Go on.
How would you like your dessert? Like it warm, cold?
It varies.
It varies.
It varies.
So, TNA.
Ooh.
Let's address the ugly elephant in the room.
We might as well. Right, straight off. We've been following a story recently with TNA that they.
Well, everyone in the wrestling world is following the story with TNA.
Yes, they are.
Because this story will depend on how the American wrestling scene turns out. If this goes horribly wrong, Ring of Honor becomes the number 2 promotion in America.
Yes.
If this goes right,
TNA.
and still fucks up, TNA becomes maybe 3rd or 4th promotion in America, and Ring of Honor still becomes number 2. Or, if it works out perfectly,
as in a miracle happens,
then TNA remains.
And we don't. And when we say miracle, no, we're not on about Mr. Mike Bennett. So that could vary.
Yeah. So this week, the case is slowly beginning to take shape.
Yes.
Now, one of the main things that's come out of this, and I'm not going to go into it in great depth, is that now neither side can make a decision without the other's permission. I'm going to go into all the ins and outs because it's really confusing on the American legal system, on how to understand it, because it varies to the British legal system.
Translation from what my colleague just said, we're not American lawyers.
And I don't want to get something wrong. If you just type it in, you can read the ins and outs, and it's explained fully where
pretty much
you're able to understand it. But due to some pieces of legislation on Impact Ventures and now not able to make a decision about TNA without the consent of Billy Corgan.
Yeah.
Now, why this is interesting, and you may be asking, sitting there going, well, Nathan, why do I care about that? Well, WWE can't purchase any tape library
at all,
or TNA wrestling until this is dealt with, or both parties say yes. Now, the reason why both parties might say yes is if both parties are skint.
And both parties want to gotta have that money.
Now,
gotta have my money.
TNA without its tape library is worthless, probably.
Pretty much
because it's just TV contracts. Now, people go, well, the contracts are quite lucrative. Yes.
Contract says, but the problem
without the tape library, the company loses a lot of value.
Which has got more power. As much as everyone can say, oh, the TNA wrestling contracts. The problem with that is, how many contracts do TNA actually have with the professional wrestlers that isn't actually open contracts, as in where they have to mandate wrestlers?
Well,
mandate wrestling.
It isn't just open contracts that's the problem. It's the contracts with the TV companies.
Yeah.
Now, you cannot film a wrestling show without a venue.
Correct.
Or without a roster. Now, if your roster doesn't want to wrestle for you,
you're in trouble.
You're fucked.
To put it bluntly.
Now, Dixie Carter has lied to the roster, saying that everything is fine. Everything's not fine.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
If fine is a court case, then yes, Dixie.
You're being fined.
A bed of roses. I don't call a court case fine.
No. A court case is not fine. Straight away, she's let it get this far, and I think it's absolutely it is an atrocity because
she's going down a long road.
She's going down that long road where it's like, I'm going to try to come back for redemption. And what's this for? To save face. I understand, Dixie.
In all fairness, if they can come to an agreement and Billy gets the company and somehow WWE can get the tape library,
and she somehow can actually come out with some money, or at the very least get herself out of the trouble, take the deal.
Shouldn't Panda Energy have bailed them out now? So Panda Energy is Dixie's dad's company,
Nope.
which had a stake in TNA.
It did have a stake in TNA, but however, Daddy decided to pull out his money and allow Miss Dixie run her own business.
But
because Daddy got sick and tired of paying certain bills.
I'm surprised Daddy hasn't bailed her out for the sake of bailing a little girl out.
Fair enough, but here's the thing. Daddy might have actually had enough of bailing out.
Well, he might bail her out after things are done.
And well, guess what? If he does, that's nice of him. If he doesn't, then unfortunately, Dixie, this is actually on your behest. Because as much as this might sound like I'm actually pointing the finger at Dixie Carter, saying you've let your company down, but when you had the option to sell the company on to another person, you decided to argue over a fair deal. And do you know what it was over? Because she wanted to sell the company and still be in charge. Sorry, Dixie, you can't have both.
She's got McMahonitis.
So what she was doing, she was saying, "Oh, you can invest in us, but I'm in charge of what I do with your money."
She still wanted the controlling stake, didn't she?
Translation, that means someone is too used to Daddy paying the money and her running the business. Sorry, Dixie, that's not how business works all the time. Sometimes if you want a business to thrive, you need to, sort of figure out what's wrong with it. And lately, a lot of things have actually been pointing at your decision makings because you've been making lousy decisions because you're saying everything's fine, everything's fine, everything's fine. No, Dixie, it's not. You're going to court. You haven't paid wrestlers for how long?
Some of them months.
Months.
Some of
now,
them 6
straight
months.
away, that gets my back up. Because me having done wrestling, being a wrestler and everything, and you're not getting paid for something that you do, that can potentially...
Well, if you're not getting paid, you're not putting food on the table.
You're not putting food on... Exactly. So basically, Dixie, you've not given money to people to be able to go on, sort out their families and everything. And at a moment's notice, while they've been entertaining, what would happen if someone got injured? Oh wait, you can't afford to pay for them to recover, because guess what, Dixie? You can't afford to pay him to wrestle when he was healthy. Straight away, it becomes a very, very nasty environment. It becomes a dangerous environment if you're unable to pay while they're healthy.
But no, so it's interesting. Interesting development that TNA is taking at the moment.
Correct.
The next couple of weeks will be interesting to see how the case works out, but it's going to get messy before it gets cleaner.
Oh, no kidding.
So it'll be interesting to keep hold of.
Not only that, we've got people coming out of the woodwork stating that TNA are doing this. They've stolen money, got people in trouble with the IRS. However, some of these are not officially confirmed. They are actually just rumours and everything.
But no, it'll be interesting to see where the TNA stories go next.
It does. We need to see where it's going next. But the funny thing about it is, do you think it'll stay where it is?
TNA. I hope it ends up in Billy Corgan's hands, and I hope that he rebrands it.
Yeah, I do, because I think at the moment right now, anybody who hears the word TNA,
it's a poison chalice.
Impact Wrestling, what name do you instantly think of?
Dixie Carter.
Would you want to do business with Dixie Carter?
In all fairness, the best thing that could happen is if Matt Hardy goes off with
Billy Corgan. Potentially, but it all varies again.
Everyone said Matt Hardy's got one of the best brains for the business.
Potentially. But here's the thing.
Just talking about Matt Hardy, have you seen King Maxwell's first leg drop?
No.
It's better than Hulk Hogan's leg drop.
Are we talking now Hogan or old school Hogan?
Old school Hogan.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see this at some point.
It is so cute. I don't usually use the word
Cute with a leg drop. Thump. Ah!
but you just see him running and then he drops the leg.
We'll have to check that out.
It reminds me of a Taka Michinoku leg drop.
We will have to check this out at some point. Most likely straight after we finish airing on here. It's happening. It's happening.
Yes. But no, that's pretty decent. Hopefully, I'd like to see some combination
in all
with
fairness,
a wrestling mind.
I would have been... My anger would have been very, very more so worse on Dixie if TNA goes down.
I don't think it'll go down.
No. If it went... I'm saying if it did go down, because... Just because someone wants to be selfish and say, it's my company, I understand it's her company. But when you find out you are being the cause of the issue, sometimes you need to take a step back and just say, right, I need to take a step back, let somebody else deal with it and let somebody else run it, not myself, because I've been making some silly mistakes, and let them get on with it.
Yeah.
But she hasn't. And you can state on some of the chats that a certain commentator, manager that we love,
Good old Corny.
Cornette, he's basically stated that on certain meetings that Dixie's been there, she's either been either turning up and just nodding, trying to pretend like she doesn't know that she knows what she's actually doing during the business meetings, or not even turning up to business meetings. If you're not even there for the business meetings, sorry, Dixie. Why are you there? Why are you in control of a company that you're not even actually turning up to actually know what's going on? It was what a few people would most likely state. Anyway, just to end, shall we move on from this before it starts getting a bit more...
Shall we talk about the other headline news this week? Goldberg's found his first, his last, his everything. It's a bit like a Barry White song.
Good lord.
You're first, you're next, you're last. I thought he was going to go break out and go, you are my everything.
Well, he's not going to maybe be talking much about his first for WCW.
But no, so Goldberg made his return 12 years after his match with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
The rematch that the world never wanted to see.
The rematch that the last time they watched, boo, na 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 na, hey.
Are they having it at Hell in a Cell or are they having it at Survivor Series?
It's supposedly rumoured at Survivor Series. Rumoured.
In all fairness, if it goes down at Hell in a Cell, it's got a chance of Goldberg being cheered.
Possibly.
If it goes at Survivor Series, not a prayer. Not a prayer. But no, Goldberg returned and he cut a promo.
Good promo, I thought.
Was it?
I thought it was a decent promo.
Was it everything that is wrong
no.
with today's wrestling?
Carry on. I'll let you carry on. Say what you need to get off your chest.
So, Goldberg cut a promo and basically took a big, massive sawn-off shotgun to today's wrestlers.
Yep.
Saying that there isn't enough heroes.
Ooh.
I thought he was going to break out in full Batman going, I'm not the hero you want. I'm not the hero you deserve.
But the hero you're going to get. Name me a wrestler who could possibly argue that.
John Cena.
Oh, wait, yes. Yes, and...
There's no bigger superhero.
Isn't he meant to be Super Cena?
Randy Orton.
On SmackDown.
But there's two.
Roman Reigns?
3.
Yeah, the super athlete. Oh no, he's a bad guy.
That's Rusev. But I can think of loads of good guys that are just catered towards kids.
Go on.
What?
Would you care to explain?
So Goldberg saying that not enough of today's wrestlers
Are superheroes.
are catered towards kids. You know, there isn't enough heroes for the kids to look up to. And when you go away and look at that statement, is that really correct? So you got Roman Reigns with his sucker and succotash son.
Oh!
Catered towards kids.
He's gone there!
And women.
Whoa. That wasn't catered towards kids. That was just bad.
But his gimmick is catered towards kids and women.
He works hard.
He's not a... Well, it turns out anymore.
He's not a bad guy. He's not a good guy. He's just the guy. I feel dirty just saying that.
John Cena. It's all about the kids. Never give up.
Yeah.
Eat your vitamins.
That's
Drink
Hogan.
your milk.
That's Hogan.
But he's practically Cena. Just instead of yellow. And his Fruity Pebbles. Randy Orton. Argue he's pretty much kid-friendly. Apart from now.
Pardon?
He has had his kid-friendly patches.
I want to kick someone's head off. Oh wait, can't. Got removed from the WWE.
Right, now he's just going on his sociopath gimmick, which I quite like, but...
And he's hearing voices.
He has had his time where he's towards, like, the kid gimmick. Daniel Bryan.
Yes!
That's what she said.
That's what she said. We heard that too much, and... Yeah, I can agree with you that it's, not really plausible in what
But
you're saying.
back when Goldberg was wrestling, was anyone really for the kids?
Really?
So, 97, 98, who was your larger-than-life people in the main event that were catered towards kids? 97, 98, 99, who was catered towards kids?
When?
In 97, 98,
Which company?
99. In either WCW or WWF.
Right.
Main events.
There's only one that's coming to mind.
Go on.
And it's not for the right reason.
Go on.
Mankind. While Vince was in the hospital.
Yes. So, Goldberg. Was Goldberg in 1999 for the kids?
He was pretty much just mowing down people and going, who's next?
Yeah, he's just a badass. He's basically like Chuck Norris of WCW.
And if I'm not mistaken, him getting in the ring, he goes, there are no more heroes! But besides kicking ass!
But Shawn Michaels was going through his I can get every woman impregnated by looking at them stage.
I just thought of another one.
Go on.
Until he became better.
Go on.
And I'm sorry to say that's for the better comment. Because he was the best there was.
Bret Hart, 97, heel.
Yeah.
So I won't count that.
You can count it.
Sting was going through his dark stages.
Not his bleach blonde.
So when Goldberg was in his prime, there was no real heroes towards the kids to look up at because it was more aimed at teenagers.
It was more the older.
So when we break down that statement, he sort of took a nonsensical shot.
He took a stab at the dark, is what you're saying.
I missed.
Right, fair enough, but...
It was a decent promo, and I'm probably looking too much into it, but there's more catered for the kids now than there was back then.
Yeah.
And them going around and bringing the kids out there, it's basically just like John Cena giving every kid a title.
If I'm not mistaken, he does.
Yeah, John Cena does Make-A-Wish. Does about 8,000 wishes a year.
The man is
There's a machine.
He's a Make-A-Wish. He has a Make-A-Wish Foundation machine.
Yeah.
If you want to see it for your Make-A-Wish, John Cena. And lo and behold, he always turns up.
But no, I'll let you cover what you want to cover about Raw. And then...
Me, per se, one thing I do actually think I thought was interesting. Braun Strowman.
I will let you cover Braun Strowman.
Why is that?
I don't like it.
Right. I like it in the sense of
Why
it's...
are feeding him Sami Zayn?
That's not what I'm liking. That's not what I was liking. I'll explain that what I was liking. Now what I did like is the fact that they were pushing him, making him look strong. He's gone from 1-on-1 squash matches to 2-on-1. It's escalated to 3-on-1. And I will say the way he, how do we say it, manhandled 3-on-1 by having two of them outside the ring. Well, actually, correction. having one bump out one way, the other one bumping out another, and almost landed on the first one's head, which didn't exactly look amazing. That was like almost disaster there and then. But then grabbing the third guy and beeling him over the top rope onto the other two was quite impressive and quite nicely timed. It looked good. Now, what made me laugh is the promo at the start saying, "He'll get tired. We'll tire him out. It's in the air." Blah, blah, blah. And then he's a cruiserweight. Right. If you're a cruiserweight, normally cruiserweights are quicker than the heavyweights. Now, when they were running around the outside of the ring, the little guy is getting caught up by the big guy and pretty much hit from behind, and it's like, beep, beep, boom! See you later! And instantly killed. Now, him beating all three set the mark that he is a big monster, and he's going to be causing destruction. Right? Now, when he turned around and stated he's going to go to the back to deal with Foley, I thought, interesting point. Are we going to see some interaction between him and Foley? Are we going to have Foley trying to fight back, getting an actual challenge? Nope. They decided to have Sami Zayn come out and say, "Let's stand up between." Now, brave Sami Zayn, it was brave, getting in the face of Strowman. But then when Strowman pushed him, it was like, bam, just pushed him over. Sami fell out the ring and then hit the side. And it's like, whoa, what's going on? And then Strowman's already walking out. It's like, really? Sami Zayn has been working his ass off, right? To entertain the crowd. Now he's going to be having a match against this Braun Strowman. Now, Sami Zayn deserves more than just be thrown around by Braun Strowman. Now, straight away here, you've got two things that are going to be needed to get pushed. You need Sami Zayn to get pushed because he actually needs one, because he hasn't had one in a while, and in all fairness, the man deserves more credit than what he actually gets. And Braun Strowman needs a push because he's a big guy and they've been putting a lot of work into him. But then both of them points actually collide with each other. So the problem that WWE have set themselves up with this feud is, if Sami wins against Braun Strowman, all that hard work that they've done for Braun Strowman equals nothing. And if Braun Strowman destroys Sami Zayn, then are they bringing down Sami Zayn to be a jobber to the next superstars?
Well, I see Sami Zayn as the unofficial number one contender. And now bear with me on this logic.
I can see where you're coming from.
Because he defeated the world champion in his last feud. So the current world champion was defeated by Sami Zayn in the last feud.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, that's the first time he's won while they've been in WWE.
Yep.
But he is unofficially the number one contender because he said he wanted to go after the WWE champion.
Yeah.
Now, I don't see why he's got to go through Braun Strowman. There's plenty of people that Braun Strowman could plow down.
Yeah.
Isn't Big Show on Raw?
I think he is.
Why can't Big Show put Braun Strowman over?
No idea. Be a good one. Be a great one, but I think it's probably
Have you got the rumours for Big Show to do at SummerSlam?
I think...
Not SummerSlam, WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Have you heard what the rumour is?
A certain basketball player?
So, him and Shaq.
And it's supposed meant to be his retirement time when he decided to say bye-bye.
I don't think Show will retire.
I don't think he will.
Like, if Show's going to retire, it should be a wrestler that retires him. Someone like Strowman.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
A big guy putting the big guy over.
Yeah. Like passing the torch.
Yeah. Because Braun Strowman's going to need a good rub. Why can't Mark Henry go against Braun Strowman next?
He can. But no, they're not doing that.
They've got Henry working this pointless thing with Titus O'Neil and the Shining Stars. Like anyone gives a fuck about the Shining Stars.
Who are they?
They didn't give a fuck when they were Los Matadores. They didn't give a fuck when they were previously there.
No. They actually had more characters, Los Matadores.
Yeah, they had a bull.
They had a bull that got them over. Now, what have they got? Welcome to the Shining Stars! And then suppose trying to rob people. Isn't that somebody else's gimmick, trying to rob people? Trying to get that money. Money. Yeah.
What's your view on the women's Hell in a Cell headline in the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view?
The women.
So it's been announced that Charlotte versus Sasha Banks will headline Hell in a Cell.
Right.
Mick Foley and Stephanie McMahon have announced that on Facebook.
Right. I applaud them. I think it's to explain it, it's an innovative move. Something that hasn't been done on the main roster. But the problem is, as they kept stating, we've never had a women's Hell in a Cell match. Now, straight away, which belt is supposedly meant to be the E belt?
In all fairness, my problem isn't that the women's one is closing.
No.
That's not my problem. My problem is...
They got 3 Hell in a Cells.
No, didn't even that.
One?
Because all was one special as it's the first women's Hell in a Cell match. They don't know how much physicality they can actually get up to.
Yeah.
Because, do you want to see a woman bleeding?
That's not going to be... It's hard to explain.
It's Satan's playground.
It's Satan's playground, and every time there's been one, somebody's bled. Near enough. Or been brutalised.
Do you want to see Charlotte bleeding like Rick used to bleed?
Oh. Are we going to be having weapons in it? Are they going to be having tables? But then again, if you think about it, they've got 2 other Hell in a Cell matches. Now, are they going to be reeling back to allow the girls to do more? The question is how far are they going to go for their Hell in a Cell match?
And if they don't go for like next level shit,
then it's not going to do them any favours, because straight away, what's going to happen is that people are going to mock them saying...
And also, they need to give it the right amount of time.
Yeah.
Now, is Vince willing to give this match 20, 25 minutes? Or is he going to give it 8 to 10?
And it's the main event. It won't go down well.
And if it's just a match inside of a cell,
yeah,
would you be happy?
No.
When I think Hell in a Cell, I think people getting chucked off the top of the cell, people being thrown into the cell.
People smashing into the cell, people...
Am I comfortable watching a woman being thrown into a cell?
It's not going to be pretty.
Like this isn't like UFC where women beat women inside of a cage. This is supposed to be one of the most hellacious structures.
Translation.
In professional wrestling.
Basically, think of the nickname of it. The Devil's Playground.
I just don't know if I'm comfortable. Like, I'd watch a last woman standing match. I think that'd be entertaining.
Yeah.
And I'd be a lot more comfortable if this match was a last woman standing match.
Well, a good shout out would be for the last Hell in a Cell matches. Well, I think it was last year.
Which was Lesnar versus Taker.
Taker. Barbaric. Was it not?
Well, they ripped the mat up and he tombstoned him on
the wood.
Yeah.
Which, how? And another point I'm about to point out, the one before that. Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt. Did you watch that one?
Mm.
Did that look pretty?
No.
What was it?
That was brutal. Both of them matches were brutal.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't Roman spear Bray Wyatt off the side through a table?
Yeah.
Which, by all accounts, health and safety. Screw that.
But then, what can Sasha and Charlotte do that we haven't seen?
Or that the guys can't do? That upper tier.
I just don't think this is the right match for him to showcase. I hope I'm wrong.
Likewise. I hope they actually pull it out.
I just don't think
put
we're
something
be
special on.
comfortable watching it.
I hope they put something special on. Wowers, where you can say it's main event. Yes, they do deserve the spot. Now, here's the thing. I am not saying women wrestling is not main event material. Far from it.
In all fairness, I'm glad it's main eventing. I just wish it was under a different match stipulation.
Yeah.
Again, I'd rather see a last woman standing than a Hell in a Cell.
It's just that thought.
I'd rather see a ladder match.
It's scary, isn't it? It's scary. Another question.
Actually, the last Hell in a Cell we saw was Taker versus Shane McMahon at WrestleMania.
Good point, actually. Do apologise. Shane dropped the elbow and Taker moved?
Yeah. And Shane McMahon jumped off a structure that was 1.5 times bigger than the original one that Mick Foley got thrown off.
And Shawn Michaels fell off the side. Even so.
So, Shane jumped, I think it was 25 foot, was it?
First person to willingly jump.
Yeah.
Off. to decimate an opponent.
Like, are we going to see Charlotte moonsault off the side of it? I highly fucking
I doubt it. Can you see Sasha jumping off with double knees?
No.
Doubt it.
I just don't want to see Sasha go for that suicide dive and hit the cage.
Oh, good lord.
Because I can see that spot. For some reason, yeah, that's the spot I'm seeing.
Yeah. I've just pictured it in my head now because she's almost breaking her neck.
Doing it now.
Now, normal. With a cage there, it's going... Oh. Cheers for that. You can sense a cold shiver down my spine.
Well, I've just got visions of that spot going.
I know. It will. And is Charlotte going to do a moonsault to the outside? With a cage there? She has to get some height. And if she misjudges it, she's going to be hitting the cage, which is going to have some thump. There's a lot that can go wrong, but fingers crossed we're wrong. It's one of them times where I want to be wrong.
I won't be wrong. I'm glad they've been given the chance.
I'm glad they've been given the chance.
Just
100%. I think women wrestling can be just as entertaining as male wrestling.
I just don't think the stipulation's right for the match.
I don't think it is myself, personally. I don't think it is. As soon as it got announced she wanted the Hell in a Cell, I thought, hang on. Hell in a Cell there. Roman's got the first Hell in a Cell. So does that mean the main event isn't Hell in a Cell? Nope, it is. So straight away, usually if they're doing is it a 6 match per card? 7. Basically, 3 out of 7 matches are Hell in a Cell.
Well, the pay-per-view's called Hell in a Cell. They're lucky every match isn't an Hell in a Cell.
Not following the
TNA structure.
Which, no.
But no. We'll talk more about Hell in a Cell next week. We'll give you a breakdown of what
we think might happen.
Yeah.
One thing I think is going to happen, and I'll point this out, they're going to have one match at the beginning.
So it'll go 1, 4, and 7 for the Cells, or 1, 5, and 7.
One at the start, one in the middle, one at the end. Right. We'll have to see how it goes on that night, and we'll discuss that more next week. That's for the Raw side, that is. SmackDown side.
James Ellsworth.
What do you think of James Ellsworth? Where's he come from?
He's just an independent wrestler. I'm not going to talk much about SmackDown because I haven't had time to watch it this week. It's been a very busy week. I'm going to watch it tomorrow. So I can't judge much about SmackDown just solely because of the fact some pool commitments have come in this week where I've had time to watch Raw fully.
If that's the case,
I've had time to watch SmackDown fully.
If that's the case, you'll have to probably put your views into it next week. I can actually put some of my views into it and actually mention a few things that might actually get a reaction from you. Now, straight away, there is one interesting fact that come up. As you just mentioned, James Ellsworth getting a title match.
He was just there to put AJ over. Now, I roughly know what's happened. As I say, I've watched it. By skimmed watches, I mean I've watched it on like fast
Highlights.
forward. Yeah.
You've watched the highlights. Basically, what?
So James Ellsworth got the shit beat out of him to further the storyline between
Dean
Ambrose and AJ. And then on Talking Smack, AJ versus Ambrose is this coming Tuesday. And if Ambrose wins, which he will, to progress the feud, then he gets a world title shot in the future.
Yeah. Which it should happen.
So what happens to James Ellsworth now? Because shouldn't he be the new number one contender? Because he's beat the champion twice.
Twice, yeah. First time he beat him by pinfall, even though he almost had his neck broken.
And this time he's won by disqualification.
That's disqualification. However, I will give one thing to him. His super kick.
Yeah.
That super kick. The only problem I have with it is the commentary. The commentary during his matches. The first match. He is stone old! Stone old! Stone old! JBL, why are you calling him stone old? He isn't old. James Ellsworth isn't old.
14-year wrestling veteran, 34, 35 at a push.
Potentially, but...
Maybe late 30s.
True, but is he older than Stone Cold?
No.
Steve Austin. Would you say to guess?
No.
He might be a little bit older, but no! Why did he call him Stone Old? And then they're making jokes about his chin.
It's just... That's how Vince wants his commentary done.
His commentary wasn't done very, very right. And then, they're mocking him and everything, which I thought was stupid. And then when he almost won it, you hear JBL, oh, for God's sake, he almost won it. Well, it's fine. It worked because it got JBL over as a hated bad guy. But then when he beat it, when he was like, I don't want to ever see him again. You know you're going to see him again. And here's the funny thing.
Joe reminds me of it. It reminds me a little bit of the Brian Kendrick storyline to get him a contract.
A little bit, yeah.
Just actually with him picking up wins. And
yeah.
Places he shouldn't be picking up wins. But he put AJ Styles over, looking like a bad SOB.
Probably, getting aggressive. Showing a side of...
The Talking Smack segment was good after.
Yeah.
With AJ Styles going, this is your fault, Brian. Your fault. You've become what you hated.
Yeah. The new authority. The SmackDown authority. Which was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. Because straight away, as you can hear, right, it's got more entertaining and interesting.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I want to state already on SmackDown, because we're going to make a bit of a quick divert from the main event picture because we've already cleared that up. One thing that I thought was interesting, the promo segment. Carmella and Nikki Bella.
Yeah. So this is where Carmella claimed that Nikki Bella is with John Cena to get...
Where she is.
Yeah, she's basically sleeping her way to the top.
Now, that in a way, just by saying that, a lot of people would have been making that accusation on, just been watching and everything. But here's the thing.
Carmella is in a very lucky position now.
Yeah.
Because there's only one time people can use that and get the shock factor out of it. She should be privileged
that she's been given it.
She's been given that. Because she's the first person, it's the one that gets the most shock factor out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Brian said on there that John Cena has never gone to bat for Nikki. Nikki's done her own things to get where she is.
Yeah.
Like she's worked all the shit segments to get to the better segments.
A few people stated the comment where Nikki said she wears the pants in the relationship.
John Cena's one of the most stubborn SOBs I've ever seen. If you watch Total Divas, Total Ballers, you'll see that John Cena is his own man.
Yeah. But Nikki is as well, but...
Nikki needs John more than John needs Nikki.
But here's the thing. Wrestling-wise, Nikki doesn't need John. Wrestling-wise.
If John Cena and Nikki Bella split up, and this is a point that probably won't be made on live television, would Nikki Bella still be there? If John Cena went to Vince McMahon in the morning and went, "See, either I work here or she works here.
Bye.
Which one's going?"
You can gather which one's going. It's one of them will be going, but we pretty much know it won't be Big Match John.
No.
You agree?
Yeah.
Now, it's an interesting point that Kamala pointed out. Now, where to take this is going to be interesting because this can also be used as fuel for something else. Because the rumour has it, there's been talks.
Well, they're going to have the first women's street fight, aren't they?
Yep.
Which I don't mind seeing a women's street fight.
Yeah.
We've seen a women's hardcore match, but we haven't seen a women's street fight.
Be interesting.
If people go, "Have we seen a women's hardcore fight?" Yes, Trish Stratus versus Lita.
Yes.
Not Lita, Victoria.
Yep, we have, and that was quite interesting, different. Now, that wasn't the rumour I was on about. The rumour I'm on about, there's been talks of somebody turning a leaf. Somebody going from the kids loving him.
John Cena. John Cena wouldn't turn it.
There's been talks of it.
There's talks every year.
True, there is, but the question is, they'll need to see if. But the way certain things are going, you know, like how when James Ellsworth won, you had Dean say the man with more victories over AJ Styles than John Cena, James Ellsworth.
Dean Ambrose needs to realise taking a poke at himself though. Because how many victories has he got over AJ Styles?
1 or 2. True, he has, but agreed. How many victories has he got over John Cena?
He's got a couple over John Cena.
Fair enough. But anyway, that I'm going to say is roughly what it's going to be for the time being. Would you agree?
Yeah.
But one thing I want to point out, actually, there is one feud I want to point out. One angle. Cesaro and Sheamus.
No, I don't want to point that angle out. I want to point Baron Corbin out.
Oh, go on then.
Baron Corbin came out on SmackDown and made a brilliant statement on Talking Smack as well.
What?
So on Talking Smack after SmackDown, he was the last person to come on, closed out Talking Smack, and he said to Brian, "You need me. You need people like me, the people that don't give a shit. I don't care about people. I don't care about you. I come here, I beat people up, and I get my check. I beat a world champion in 2.5 minutes. What have you got for me?" Well, it took you 10 years to get it. It took me 1 call.
Oh, back and talk.
And it took me 3 years in NXT. But it took you 10 years. And Brian then said, "Well, I've been more successful than you." And he goes, "It's a bit of a different thing though, isn't it? 14 years in the independents and 5 years in WWE.
Oh.
But no, brilliant promo.
Yeah.
Got a little bit more gold at times, but the main message was sent when it needed to be.
Agreed.
And it touched a little bit to the bone. My own question is, how much longer can Brian put up with? I know it's been done with his consent, but
how long before enough's enough?
How much longer can he put up with this before he goes, "You know what? I don't need this shit. I don't need constantly reminding that."
And either starts smacking, either retaliates or something.
No, I mean, because Vince won't let him wrestle again. And he's okay in all these segments to go against him, but how much longer until it's personally where he goes, where he has a little bit of Mick Foley and goes, "You know what, I've had enough of this now, Vince.
Enough."
Yeah, I don't want reminding constantly that I can't follow my passion now.
Yeah. I can agree with that. I can agree.
Because there's only so much poking at the thing that you can take.
Agreed.
Because sometimes the bear will bite back.
It's only a matter of time.
But no, you talk about Cesaro and Sheamus.
No.
It's a waste of fucking time that feud is.
It's not a feud against each other. I just thought it was interesting what Cesaro did with being on Facebook Live.
If Cesaro and Sheamus win the tag team titles, I will flip.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. But all I'm just saying is the little segments of him
The
being
club
on
could have won
live,
the
yeah.
titles. Felt it was
They
great.
deserve it. I don't think Sheamus and Finger will take the titles. I think the club will take it eventually, but just not yet. What I think the new deal will keep going until they beat the record.
Which
I
is
the Beaten Demolition. I can't remember how long it is. It is. They're getting close. They're getting closer, but I think once they beat the record, then the titles will actually change hands. Anyway, that's going to be the final bit for this week, I think. Do you agree?
yes.
So, is there anything you want to give a shout out to or anybody?
No, that covers everything for us.
Well, the one thing I want to give our usual shout out to is the UK Wrestle Fan Zone, as they're always promoting us and also advertising us on their pages. So we do recommend you give them a check out. That's the UK Wrestle Fan Zone. Is that okay?
Yes.
You actually on your phone checking that out?
Yes, I am having a look at the UK Wrestle Fan Zone app.
Which also gets checked under the UK UKWFZ on Facebook and Twitter. So do give them a check out. They do actually have a YouTube page where they actually have some wrestling matches on, wrestling shows from other companies as they do some photography and also record some of the footage for other wrestling companies. So give that a check out. And last but not least, we've got to do a bit of self promo.
Yes, watch the Burning Truth Games.
Also known as
Tippity.
TBT Games,
Tippity.
which at the moment we've currently got the ongoing series, which always gets uploaded on every Wednesday.
Which is Burns versus Owens. I don't know who this Owens character is, so it's fucking good though at FIFA.
Bit of a character.
It's better than Burns.
Get lost.
Some say he is the man. Some say he is a myth.
Some say he's a legend.
All we know is he's Alexander Owens.
And he just knows how to get my back up more than you. Because I definitely know you find it absolutely hilarious, the fact that he's managed to keep beating me just by getting me to keep talking.
Yeah, so if anyone actually wants to laugh, Matt Burns can't game and talk at the same time.
I can game and talk, just not on FIFA.
For some reason, on this FIFA, he cannot game, talk, and play.
I'm a talker.
It's one or the other. It's either he talks or plays. He can't do both, and it's fucking amazing to watch.
Translation: put up and shut up. I need to do, but unfortunately, that doesn't create interesting views, does it?
Whereas this Owens can actually talk and game.
Gets lucky. He gets lucky. But anyway, moving on.
Talks more than you.
However, the TBT games will hopefully be getting even more material on there.
Yes, there will be more content.
There will be more content, but that will be getting added.
It's being recorded over the coming weeks.
And plans are going ahead. It just depends on certain actions that happen, but it's all going well. So, with that now being out of the way, I think this is the end of the show.
Yeah.
This is where we usually contemplating stating into a year to check out your local wrestling, be well, be safe, and as always, check us out next week. Would you agree?
Yes, please check us out next week.
But also, one thing I want to point out as well before we let you go, if you do have any questions, anything you would like to ask, or even just want to just show that you actually are listening and do like us and everything, give us a like on either on Spreaker or YouTube. If leave comments, if subscribe to our YouTube channel and everything. Listen, we're here to listen to you as much. You do listen to us, and we do go on quite a bit. We'd like to hear from you guys. So if you've got any questions that you want us to ask, to us to answer ourselves, ask us. We'll be more than we'll be more than happy to answer any questions. Or if you want to you got a theory or anything, suggest it or anything. What do you think?
I'll take it you're covering theories.
I'll cover theories. What do you think? You okay with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm down with that. But with that, folks, stay well, stay safe, and As always, check out your local wrestling.
Bye.